Hello. So the hot topic at the moment is obviously coronavirus, and I've had a few questions about this, and also people telling me that their clients and their colleagues are asking them to prepare pandemic plans. So there's been a lot of talk about how bad coronavirus actually is. There are reports that it's just similar to the flu, but then there's also the border controls to take into consideration and the extreme response that people have been having towards the virus. But I think the most sensible solution is to treat it like any illness or pandemic and think about what are some practical solutions that you can take in your workplace to keep this virus under control and stop your employees from their health being negatively affected. So for me, I think the most important thing is firstly having the ability to work from home, and secondly having a culture of where it's acceptable for staff to call in sick when they're not well. So I have a personal story about this recently. I have two children who are preschoolers, and they both had a mild gastro bug. And I had a big meeting coming up. It was an all-day meeting. I'd rearranged childcare, and I was expected to attend and to be participating in this meeting. And so I'd been looking after my children, and I contacted my manager and I said, look, both of my children have had this gastro illness. I'm feeling fine. Do you really want me to come to this meeting tomorrow, or should I just stay home? And he agreed it was the best course of action for me to stay home, and lo and behold, that evening I got sick as well. So if I had gone to work, if I'd felt pressured that I must go to work for this meeting, I would have been stuck in a room all day with about 15 people having a shared lunch while I was highly contagious. So that's why I say it's all about culture, people feeling like, I know that I might be getting sick. I'm not sick now, but I feel comfortable that I can work from home, and I feel like I'm not going to be penalised for that. And the other thing is having that ability from work to work from home. So obviously, if people are sick, then they should take a sick day. They shouldn't be forced to be working from home. But if they're not that sick, but they feel like they might be getting sick, like I was, it's really important that they can work from home wherever possible. And what I was thinking about, the story I was thinking about along these lines, was that experience of those poor passengers that were stuck on the cruise ship docked in Japan. So even though they were in their individual rooms, people just kept getting sick with coronavirus. So you can imagine a worst case scenario if you're working in a large office with a lot of people and your office starts getting multiple cases of coronavirus or the flu or norovirus, any kind of gastro illness. You can imagine that suddenly people are going to be getting sick in large numbers. So I think in the worst case scenario in this case would be to have the ability, ideally, to close your office for a couple of weeks, to say, look everybody, I just want everybody to work from home. We need to break the cycle here and come back in 2 weeks if you're well and start again. So that's not possible for everybody, but I think it's really important to foster that culture where you can work from home and where you feel safe to call in sick without fear of being penalised. So I hope everybody stays safe, get your pandemic plans in place, whether it's for coronavirus, the flu or any other kind of illness. It's important to know how you could carry on your business if multiple employees are unwell. If you are preparing a business continuity plan, save time using our online template. You can view a 2-minute video demonstration at bcpbuilder.com/join now.